Hello, what is your name, sir?
My name is Joey Baldelli.
Well, hello, Joey. Would you consider yourself an Italian American, or an American? Which identity best suits you?
Personally, I would say that I'm just an American.
Why is that?
I mean, I've never been to Italy. My parents are from America as well. I mean, my family came here in the 1890s. This is all I really know. I mean, yeah.
Okay. I mean, that makes sense to me. Do your parents or your grandparents, do they consider themselves to be Italian Americans? Do they speak Italian? Are they as far removed as you are?
I mean, I would say my parents only know like phrases of Italian. I think at least when my mother was younger, she spoke Italian. My grandparents, I know they spoke a lot of Italian. I think that was their first language, that they grew up speaking Italian.
In the house,
Yeah.
to say, but
But
they
at this
but-
point, they know English at this point.
Okay.
And yeah,
Would it be fair to say that your great grandparents? I mean, I know you probably didn't know them too well, but did they speak a lot of Italian, or do you know it all?
I mean, I never met them, so yeah.
Do you know where in Italy your family is originally from? I know you said the 1890s is where.
Yeah, I know that we came from Sicily.
Nice.
Yeah.
Do you have like any like cultural like practices in your house like from Italy? I mean, I know you said you're American, so that's probably a no, right?
Yeah, no, honestly, there's no real like Italian practices that we have in my home.
I mean, are you Roman Catholic?
Yes,
You're confirmed.
I am confirmed, yes.
Nice.
I'm a very religious person. We do go to church at least a couple times a month, stuff like that. But
Do you have like any traditions around church? Like, will you eat Sunday, like a Sunday dinner?
I mean, we do Lent and stuff. Like, we give up something for Lent, you know?
Yeah.
Don't eat meat on Fridays during Lent, stuff like that.
When you go to church, do you have like traditions? Like, do you like have like a Sunday dinner? Like, I know a lot of, I mean, TV shows you see about Italians, like they'll have like these family get-togethers. Do you have that or no?
Not really, no. I think that's just a TV thing, personally, for me. I don't know if that's like for other people.
Just
but
like the mafia, right?
yeah, no, obviously my family has tons of connections to the mafia. No,
Well, I mean,
that's a joke.
Sicily. Let me see. Well, serious question. Does your family have connections to the mafia? Or?
No, my family does not have any connections to the mafia.
All right, fair enough. What are you proud to be have of Italian heritage, or like
I would say so, yeah. I'm proud of who I am.
Yeah,
I'm proud of my back.
are you
You know?
are you 100% Italian?
Yes.
You are.
Yeah.
But I mean, as of now, I mean, you're definitely would consider yourself to be an American.
Yes. I mean, I've never even visited Italy.
Yeah.
So
All right.
just heard a lot about it from, family, cousins, stuff like that.
Stories.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have a big family? Do you have a lot of cousins? And
Yeah, we all live around New England.
nice.
So every couple months at least, we have decent get-togethers. Not like, as you said, like Sunday dinners as you see on shows and stuff, but,
Yeah. So you said New England. Do you know where your family, when they immigrated from Italy, where did they originally immigrate to? Do you know?
I believe it was Boston. Like
Boston.
around that area. Massachusetts, yeah.
Nice. But now you're
Now it's like,
everywhere throughout New England.
yeah, New England especially, but, there's a few.
Connecticut, Rhode Island. So, Joey, I gotta ask you this one too. Why is your Italian heritage important to you? I know you can take some time answering that one.
I mean, it's just part of my identity, I guess. Just, it's who I am, you know?
I get that. I was curious about that your answer to that question, because I know you had said that
I mean, it's like for you, like, what's your heritage?
I'm Portuguese and French.
What does that mean to you,
I mean,
Like, do you really think about it all that often?
No,
It's,
not
like,
really.
You make your own self, But it's
Yeah.
also, like, it is part of you.
I get that. I was curious, about your answer to that, because you said you were more so you consider yourself American rather than Italian.
Mm-hmm.
So, I guess, like, are you more? Do you more so like lean towards that, or you still lean towards like identifying yourself?
I mean, when I'm with
at the
family,
time?
it's very apparent to me, like, this is who I am. But it's also like, I am who I am because of...
So Joey,
Hmm.
another question for you. What is your favorite Italian American dish?
So if we're talking, like, from a restaurant or something, I mean, I live in Burlington, so Naples is right there as well, because you live in Farmington, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So Naples pizza is so good. But if I had to say, like, made for my family, my grandmother's sauce. I mean, I can't think of something better than that, honestly. It's great.
All right.
So,
Would you? This goes back to your. I know you said you didn't visit Italy, right? You haven't visited.
I've never
Italy.
been, no.
Is that something you would like to do, or like if
I mean, yeah, that'd be awesome if I could, but just we've never really gotten the chance to just put that time aside to all go as a family to Italy, you know?
do you think they would call you an Americano if you went to Italy?
Probably. I mean, I don't think I'd look very Italian or just act Italian as well. So
Yeah. Well, I mean, that makes sense. You're an American. So.
yeah, I mean, this is where I've been all my life. I've never
Yeah.
grown up in any place other than Connecticut. So
Is that like a priority to you, or is it just like?
I mean, it's not really a priority. It'd just be something that'd be really cool to do. You know, like
Yeah,
see
so-
where my family's from, all that. Never mind, like all the history that's present in Italy as well. It'd be really cool to just see. So it's, I mean, that's where I'm from.
Joey, would you agree with this statement that I'm about to say? Since the time when your family immigrated in the 1890s, your family's lost a good amount of your Italian culture.
I would say so. I mean, I guess. I mean, I don't know what you mean by Italian culture. Like, do you mean
You're
by
tr-
like?
Yeah, like, I mean, you said you're an American, right?
I mean, yeah.
So,
I
That would-
guess. I don't
okay.
know.
do you have any sense of regret, or like, do you wish that you didn't lose that aspect? Your family didn't lose that aspect?
I mean, personally, I wouldn't want to change any aspect of my life. I'm really happy with where I am. Like, I mean, socially with my family, I really love who I am as a person. I wouldn't want to change it for the world. So I'm just happy with where I am.
that doesn't bother you at all, that...
No, I mean,
Because I mean,
No.
okay, all right. Do you have any like Italian Americans like that you idolize, or like that you know, like celebrities, athletes?
there's no one I look like who's like, damn, that's a cool Italian.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it's not something I've ever really thought of.
Okay, but like, do you respect like
I mean,
what Joe DiMaggio or Frank Sinatra, those kind of? Those,
I mean, personally, I'm not a Yankees fan. First off,
all right,
Joe DiMaggio.
yeah.
But,
Well, Dom DiMaggio, he was on the Red Sox.
Yeah, I admire her much more than Joe DiMaggio.
Yeah.
Being fair, we're also talking like '40s baseball there, but you know.
Yeah, well, Frank Sinatra, another Italian. I don't know.
Yeah.
And we've all heard his music.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I guess it's like, that's someone who's like me, but it's not like someone I've ever really, been like.
You can't really
That's my
relate to
hero.
them that much. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, that's just how it is.
Just an Italian.
It's just an Italian. Like,
Okay.
that's the one thing I have in common with that person.
Do you think that someday we'll have an Italian American president? Do you think we'll have somebody who's an Italian American who reaches?
It wouldn't
the
surprise me,
highest-
but I don't think like they would win because they're Italian. I mean, I think they would win because they'd be a good candidate. You know, I mean,
Why?
if I was like as you were asking like heroes and stuff, the only hero I consider in my family is like my father, like just who he is as a man, stuff like that. It's not like some celebrity.
But no, but talking about the president thing, you don't think them being an Italian American would hold them back from getting the highest office?
I would hope not. I don't see why it would. I mean,
do you? I'm assuming you don't, but like you don't face any.
I don't feel any like discrimination towards me because I'm an Italian. No, if that's what you're asking.
Have your friends ever used slurs such as?
I mean, never-
Guinea, WAP.
Never
Towards you.
anything more than jokingly. At least how I felt. I never felt like personally attacked because I'm Italian.
Have you been called a Guinea or a WAP?
Not in my own life. No.
Never jokingly.
No. Not like no.
Okay.
Not that I can recall, at least.
Are you offended by those terms? I mean, I know most Italian Americans now kind of just like accept it. They kind of own. It's part of their culture.
I mean, it's like any culture when you take like a word that's supposed to put you down and you kind of like reverse it to, you know.
So you're not offended by
No.
those.
I mean, if someone was to like call me out in the street and call me that, you know, I mean, it'd be like.
It just depends on the circumstance.
If you want to be an ass to me like that, then okay. But those people kind of exist for anyone. But personally, in my life, I've never experienced that. So.
I'm glad to hear that. I mean, you probably don't, but like, I'm assuming when your family first immigrated here, they did face discrimination. I mean,
I've heard of it from like the history books. You know, I've never like
talked
to my family and like talked about being discriminated against, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, unfortunately, we still see that today. You know, immigrant groups who come over.
Yeah. It's not for Italians anymore. It's more like.
Whatever the immigrant group is.
If we were to say like right now in the times, I'd say like Muslim stuff like that, where it's like they're discriminated against. Stuff like, you know, it's not really us anymore.
If you look at throughout American history, you know, it's the Irish, the Irish, the Italians, whoever came over.
The new people.
Yeah, the new people. But I'm glad to hear that you've never faced.
Yeah, personally, I haven't. But I mean, that just might be. I mean, I grew up in Burlington. It's not like it's a very hostile place. I would say it's pretty accepting.
Yeah. Okay. Do your friends, like, for example, do you guys talk about that ever? Like, how you're an Italian? Do they ever bring that up, or is that rare?
Nothing more than jokes. I mean, it's not like they're very, like, hard-hitting jokes. It's just like, hey,
like, what kind
pasta
of jokes?
Boy, you know, stuff like, it's just stupid stuff like that. Stuff.
And you don't take offense to that?
No, I mean, it's whatever.
Okay. Do you have any friends who are Italian Americans, like, other than your family, of course?
A couple. But it's not like I'm friends with them because they're Italian. I'm just friends with them.
So, Joey. Mm-hmm. Does your family have any traditions that around the holidays? It doesn't have to be Italian or anything. Just is there any traditions that?
I don't know if it's Italian, but I know for Christmas every year we have seafood, like some sort of fish usually.
Christmas Day, Christmas Eve. Is that when do you consume
Christmas?
So, Joey.
Mm-hmm.
Are there any family stories you know about that you'd like to share? Or if there's anything at all. I can tell you're struggling. Next question.
I mean, the best I've got is it's not even really that Italian though. I mean, my grandfather fought in World War I, but he was for the Americans. It wasn't for the Italians.
It's actually interesting you bring that up.
Really?
In my class, we talked about how some Italians went back to Italy.
To fight for Italy? I heard about that, yeah.
And then some stayed in the U.S., but you said
I've heard, I mean, speaking of that, actually, I've heard of some family friends that did that, even.
Really?
Like, I believe it was, I don't even know the connection that he had to my great-grandfather, but it was someone he knew did go back to Italy to fight for Italy, since he, you know.
This was World War II?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know much about it. I just remember him mentioning that. I mean, I never thought much of it until...
Yeah, so in World War I, there was definitely a lot more who went back. But World War II, there were still some Italians who did return to Italy. I mean, that was Mussolini's whole thing. He wanted to get all the Italians to return.
Yeah.
So that's...
I don't know much about it. I never asked him about it since.
Do you have a lot of military members in your family who, other than that?
I mean... Not really, since World War II. I think my grandfather might have fought in Vietnam. I never really talked to him about it, though. I mean, you know, it's...
Yeah, all right.
Yeah. World War II with my grandfather quite a bit, but, I mean, there's nothing great like Italian stories, I know, which is what you're looking for, so, yeah.
Where are you going to school next year?
I'm going to Quinnipiac, actually, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Sounds good. I don't know how much longer we got, but I'll ask you a few more questions till we go. Yeah, I already asked you. Okay, I already asked you that. Mm-hmm. I was gonna ask you about how many towns you know, but
I mean, it's not like, I mean, I know I said this before, but it's not something I really look for in a person. It's not like hey, are you Italian?
Yeah. Do you like The Godfather, The Sopranos? You like those Italian mafia?
I'm going to sound like a terrible Italian person, but I've never seen any of them.
You haven't?
No, I should, but I've never gotten around to it.
All right.
Yeah, I know I sound like a terrible person now to all Italians out there, but...
Yeah, not really
Roots.
representing your fellow Italians too well.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you want to talk about before we
I think
wrap
we
this up?
covered just about everything, no?
I mean, I think we did, but if there's anything else you want to bring up before we end this, I mean, feel free. Any last
I
words?
think we got it all, man.